Good morning, everybody. It's Mike from PC Classic Cars back with another test drive video. Today we are in the 88 Monte Carlo SS with 8,600 original miles on it. Couple cars here and then we will take off. We got enough room? Yeah. So this Monte Carlo is actually a really cool Monte Carlo SS. I've actually owned it twice. I bought it a couple years ago from a family that had it for a long time. At least that's what they told me. And it actually had under 2,000 miles on it at that point. And that was a few years ago. I sold it to a customer here in Texas, and he actually drove the car. Obviously, it's got about 6,000 miles on it, or excuse me, 6,000 more miles on it now from when I owned it the first time. As far as modifications, it obviously has the Holley Sniper EFI on it, which does not bother me one bit. Makes this car even more user-friendly. Just runs and drives excellent. That EFI is a nice bonus. And then it does have a set of headers into some Flowmaster mufflers, so some very minor modifications. And then again, you got your tinted windows and your windshield strips, so very minor stuff. Back on the mechanicals, it does have the original 305, and then it's backed by the 200R4 overdrive transmission that these would have came with. Besides the exhaust and besides the Sniper, it feels like a bone stock car mechanically. Runs and drives absolutely excellent. The motor's got great power for being a little 305, and then the transmission shifts nice and positive as well. Power steering, power front disc brakes on these. No shakes, no shimmies. The road feels excellent. It's got a brand new set of tires on it. We put the tires on it. They probably don't have 150, 200 miles on them. As far as the overall cosmetics of the car, on the interior, it is extremely clean and very nice. The seats are extremely nice with no wear. The foam feels great. The back seat doesn't look like anyone's ever sat in it. Your floor mats and your carpet are excellent as well. Door panels are really nice. And I actually really like that this car is a manual window, manual lock car as well. If you've seen a lot of my stuff on the Chevrolets, the OBS Chevrolet stuff, and then all of this stuff from the 80s and 90s, I actually really prefer the manual windows and manual locks across pretty much all platforms, just due to the fact that it's just less electronic stuff to go wrong, and there's really nothing wrong with manual windows, manual locks. And again, the windows roll up and down like they should with the manual windows. Dash is super clean. The gauges are really easy to read, and all of the gauges function. Absolutely everything on this car works except for one thing. The washer sprayer fluid's not spraying any fluid. To be completely honest, I didn't diagnose it. I don't know what's wrong with the washer sprayer fluids, but that is the only item that I have listed as no on this car. All right, temperature's coming up good. We're sitting where we need to be. Obviously, you have your factory gauges here in the dash, but then you also have your wizard for the, or you have your little Sniper screen that's got all of the gauges. You can click on that, and the little monitor comes up, and it's got all the extra gauges. So if you want to have all that stuff, you can. I'm actually trying to get it to pull up here real quick. Press home, and we'll mess with it after. We're deciding to stop here in the middle of the road without a blinker. Thank you, Mr. Audi. All right, we'll get on it a little bit again. Pulls well. Transmission shifts really nice and positive. That's 65, that's 70, and that's 75 right there. And obviously these having the 200 R4 overdrive transmission, you can hop on the highway and cruise at 80 miles an hour if you want to. Cancel that, press back. All right. All right, there's our gauges up. So it shows your tach. There's about 20 different things that it's reading on there. Those sniper screens are great. You can go in and change a bunch of settings, but they're a self-learning system, so usually you don't have to do anything with the sniper setup. As far as the exterior goes on this Monte Carlo, it is a factory black and gold Monte Carlo like you see it. It does look like it's had a little bit of paint work, specifically on the lower rockers, kind of where that rock guard material is. These cars are kind of notorious for the paint just flaking off on those. And the guy that I bought it from the first time, a number of years ago, actually told me that that was repainted. So the lower portion of the rockers, those have been done, but the rest of the paint looks original. It does have a few little dings and little touch-ups here and there from probably sitting in storage, sitting in a garage. But it's really minor. It's actually a very clean car. It represents as an 8,600 mile car. And the miles are definitely true and accurate. Carfax is clean with no accidents, no damage ever reported. The miles line up on the Carfax. And just the overall condition of the car, it's definitely a no nonsense on the mileage. We'll take it down our bumpy road here. As far as suspension and steering components, everything appears to be stock or original on this car. Back on the miles, it drives like an 8,600 mile car front to back. The steering, the brakes, the suspension, everything feels absolutely excellent on this car. I always say it in my videos, this is one of those cars that if you had to hop in somewhere and drive it across the country, I'd have no problem doing that whatsoever. It's just a really nice and tight car, and I'm very confident in the mechanicals. As far as your glass goes, I touched on it before, but your side windows roll up and down like they should. And then your windshield is really clean, no stone chips, no wiper marks, and then your back glass is also really nice. There's no issues with any of that. Your rear view mirror is really crisp and really clean with no haziness. The little fold on the bottom side of it works like it should as well. Heat and AC work like they should. We'll kick the AC on here. It's hot here in Texas, so it's not too hot yet this morning, but air again is really nice and cold. As far as additional paperwork, I do have the framed window sticker. And if someone wants the trophies, there's a bunch of trophies that go with this car. If someone wants to have them, we can always throw them in the trunk and they can go with the car. Overall feel of this Monte Carlo, it's an excellent car, probably the best Monte Carlo SS of this era that we've ever had. And it's probably my favorite one due to the fact that it is a low mileage, very stock car, and due to the fact that it is a factory black car. All of my personal vehicles, being the stuff that I drive every day, or my classic vehicles, everything's black. So if it's factory black or a black car, definitely up my alley. And again, this is just a great car. There's not a whole lot you can really dislike or nitpick on this particular Monte Carlo. Just an excellent car front to back. But to kick that air down a little bit, it's freezing me out in here. Kick it down to the low setting there. You do get a very minor little bit of wind noise from both of the door glasses, but it's extremely minor. That would honestly be my really only pick on the car, is you get a little wind noise, and again, it's hard to avoid that on any of this old stuff. Do have a little bit of a breeze here this morning, so when we were heading down on the test drive, I didn't really hear it, but on the way back with the crosswind, you got a little bit from the driver's window here. As always, I really appreciate you guys stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else you want to see, don't hesitate to leave me a comment on our YouTube page, or you can call or text me at 903-820-1019. If you do not already follow us on all of our socials, check out our website at pcclassiccars.com. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, basically across all social platforms. You're going to find us as PC Classic Cars. And we will see you guys on the next test drive video. Thanks again for stopping in.